So while we're getting this little bit of a shower, I'll give you a little bit of an update of where we are with the farm. It's June the 7th, 2023. And so this used to be our hog barn, all right? And we had hog pens all in here. We had a big hog pen back there. We had a training pen back over here. And so we had feed stored right in here at one point. And this was our hog barn. We had a loadout ramp right here on the back of this 2x6 wall. And pigs got really expensive when the economy went south. When inflation began to go way up, the price of feed, the ingredients for feed, all those things just skyrocketed. And so it got difficult to raise hogs and make money on hogs. Seemed like everyone that we carried to the butcher, by the time we got it butchered and processed, retail packaged, ready to sell, we were basically breaking even or losing money. Another one of the things that hurt us, sausage casings doubled. And you don't think about all that until you start penciling all the cost out, and then it's like, wow, we're not making a whole bunch of money on this. So we sold a big bunch of our hogs. At one point we had about 150 hogs total, and then we began to sell those down. We began to butcher those down, and so now we're just down to a handful. I mean, we literally have 3 hogs on the farm. We have had Lulu and Sizzler in together. We were hoping they would breed and have a litter. She has not gotten pregnant. I'm sure that she will get pregnant, and I'm sure she'll have a litter, and we'll have a few hogs all along going to the butcher. We won't have the steady stream of pork that we once had. And so it's been a good time to just sort of pump the brakes on hogs because everything's so expensive. So what that means into the future, you're not going to see as much pork products from the Lazy Acres in the future. You're going to see us carry fewer and fewer of those. Now, I'm not saying we're completely out of the hog business forever and ever and ever, but you have to run it like a business, and when things get really expensive, you just have to kind of make a decision there. And we made the decision to pump the brakes on hogs. Now, what that has allowed us to do is that has allowed us to expand on our cows. We're using a lot of the hog pastures as cow pastures, and we've had hogs on them for years, and so by this time of the summer the grass is fantastic in those hog pastures, and so we have been able to put more cows out here because we've got more pasture. And so we have got quite a few steers in line, and so we shouldn't be a problem on beef. We got tons of chickens. We've raised a lot of chickens this year. We've doubled our chickens this year. So if you want whole chickens, we got them. Lots and lots of them. We probably will do some parts on chickens. We just hadn't quite figured that out as far as how our packaging is going to be and all that. But beef and chicken we should be good on. Pork, it's going to be a little bit hit or miss in the next several months, just simply because of the cost of raising the hogs and the return that you get on that investment has just not been, there's not been enough profit margin in it to justify continuing to raise the hogs. It's a ton of work doing pastured pork, and so if you don't have some profit margin in that, it just makes it really difficult to keep up with the work. Not having the hogs has allowed us to move the cattle handling area under a roof, and so we had the Aeroquip Q-Catch just out and out in the field, and we had a big limb fall on the top of it one day. One of these little afternoon storms, we had a limb fall, landed right on top of it, and it didn't damage it, but you're talking about, when we bought the Q-Catch, we paid just north of $6,000 for that piece of equipment. That was prior to the pandemic and prior to all the, the economy and all the inflation and everything. That same Q-Catch today is between $9,000 and $10,000. Part of that's just because metal has gone way up. So this wind may blow my hat off. But it has allowed us to put that under a roof and be able to work cows under a roof and protect that investment also. And so it's made it easier to work the cows, quite frankly. The way that we're set up now, we can get the cows into the corral a whole lot easier than we could in the past. And so it's made working cows a lot easier. But that's kind of an update from the farm on a rainy, windy day. Got caught in the weather, so I decided to do a little update. Hey, this is Ryan with the Lazy Acres Family Farm. Hope you have a big old good day. We'll see you real soon.